Hi, welcome to Ed Foodie. Today we're going to make a acorn squash, and we're going to do this two different ways. One, it's just going to be a nice little side dish for a meal, and on the other half I'm going to make something that you could really treat as the whole meal itself. We're going to stuff it with something. So it's a very simple, easy recipe. So let's get started on this. All right, so we've got a acorn squash, and you know they're very hard. We're going to cut it in half, but it's going to be kind of tough if you cut right through the stem. So what I'm going to do is cut it right to the other side of the stem. So one half will be a little bit larger than the other half. Got through there, and the inside, you know, looks very similar to a very small pumpkin. So we're going to clean out these seeds just like we would cleaning out a pumpkin, like you're making a jack-o'-lantern. All right, we have both halves cleaned. I've got a baking dish. I'm gonna pour in about a half a cup of water. And I do mine this way because I like, you can bake these right from the start, the side up, but you know, they may turn a little bit of brown and maybe a little bit crispy. If you want that, what I'll do at the end here is put them under the broiler for a little bit and get it just perfect the way I want it. So the way I'm going to cook this is to put these face down in the water. And you know, I may put a little bit more water just because it's a pretty big baking dish. That would probably be okay. I just don't want it to run out of water. So let's say 3/4 of a cup of water. I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. We're going to put this in there for about 30 minutes. And then what we'll do after 30 minutes, we'll bring that out and bake them right side up, the flesh side up. All right, it's been 30 minutes. So what we're going to do here now is just flip these squash halves over. And now all we're going to do is add a little bit of salt, a little bit of cayenne pepper, not too much, just enough to give it a little spice. And then I'm using honey, about maybe a tablespoon in each half. You could use brown sugar if you like that better. Just cut a little bit. Just so this honey, and I'm going to put some butter in here so that it soaks down in there good. And I've got two tablespoons of butter. Put 1 tablespoon in each half. Now we'll finish that honey here. You're going to have about a tablespoon in total in each one. All right, now we're just going to put that back in the oven for another 30 minutes until this is nice and soft and tender. If the water was low, you could add a little bit more water in there if you wanted to. All right, it's been another 30 minutes, or a total of 1 hour. So all we need to do now is transfer this to our dish. Being careful not to let any of this juice inside, this honey and butter, keep that in there good. All right, so here's what we have. Okay, so like I said, here was one way. This is gonna be a nice, a little bit spicy with the cayenne pepper and sweet from the honey and the butter. Kind of a sweet and hot side dish. Or if you want this as like a main course, main meal, what I have here is just some leftover homemade chili that I made. And I'm gonna pour that on top. Now you got a whole meal. A little bit of sour cream, a bit of cheese. There you got a whole meal there. And like I said, I just used chili because I made chili yesterday. You could put, beef stew in there. You could put leftover spaghetti sauce, some curries that you made. Any kind of a leftover, just plop it in there and you got a whole new taste, a new meal. There you have it. You got acorn squash 2 different ways. Once as a side dish, once as a main course if you have some leftovers to put in it. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Foodie right over there. And thank you for watching.